Okay, so this is like the first time in a long time I've done a WWW. So if it's like a little not that great, that's why. But it's Wednesday, so that's why I'm doing this obviously. But a lot like has happened this week, surprisingly. Starting with Monday, you came over to my house. Oh, the Mackenzie thing, like what? I don't know. That whole thing, it's like, I don't see why the whole fight even happened, but, like, the fact that she drops plans like that to hang out with him, or, like, she doesn't take phone calls because, God forbid, she misses a text message from him. It's the end of the world. That kind of annoys me, but it's not, like, something to, like, get all crazy about and, like, oh, let's team up and break them up. Like, no, thanks. Sorry, like, I don't know what to say about that, but it's kinda, like, irritating. It's like, no. And Alexi comes to school, and, like, Louis spends time, like, doing his hair and, like, all this crap. Alexi, like, doesn't care what he looks like when he shows up at school. And he's just like, oh yeah, you know, I have a girlfriend, and so I don't have to worry about that. Like, no. Still have to worry about that. I don't know, I think they're gonna, like, I don't know, I wouldn't be surprised if they moved to, like, Puerto Rico or something and got married. What else is even going on? It's just, like, there's certain things, like the ski trip, the Jack Frost trip. It's like, I kind of want to go to that, but I kind of don't, but I can't not go, because, well, I'm already paid. And she'd be really mad if I was just like, nah, I'm not going. And so I don't know what to do about that, but, like, almost no one else is going. It's really just people from my homeroom that I know. And Melissa's going, but besides that, it's not really that many people. Lots of snow. I really wouldn't be surprised if we're not in school tomorrow. I hope not. Then again, I also kind of do want to go in, at least for like an hour, and then leave, so we don't have to make it up. Because I don't want to be in school until July. And I told that to Louis, and he was just like, well, yeah, but, you know, at least we'll have days off in between. I was like, so? I still don't want to be in school in July. We should have off, like, Robbie Kimes. I don't even know what to say about him anymore. He's just ticked me off, like, for a long time now. And he just, yeah, he irritates me. And Davis. I was, like, kind of friends with him in the beginning of the year, and then Robbie Kimes came. And now Davis hates me. I don't know. And Austin doesn't mind me unless Davis is mad at me for whatever reason. Then as soon as Davis is all, like, in a bad mood about it or whatever, Austin's just like, no, I hate you. And Louis cutting his hair? I hope not. It looked really bad. I mean, you know what it looks like on me. I think it's my profile picture right now. It doesn't look that great. But Jackie was like, oh yeah, cut your hair. So to, like, convince her to change her mind, I was like, oh, well, if he cuts his hair, I'm gonna cut mine. And she was like, no, never mind. I was like, oh, okay. So he can cut his hair, but, like, me cutting my hair would be bad. She was like, well, you have, like, the face for long hair. I was like, what does that even mean? Whatever. I really don't know what it means, but apparently I have the face for it. Yeah, but, like, I don't know, like, what else is actually happening. Caitlyn, she's, like, really pushing this whole, like, wrist thing. You don't fall down an entire ski, like, hill and almost break your wrist and then have to wear, like, a thing on it for weeks and then think that you broke your ribs. But, like, of course you can't prove if you broke your ribs or not, so I think that's just a little too convenient. But besides that, I have a research paper due in, like, a week, and I think, like, the rough draft is due in a week or something, and I haven't even started. I've given up on that. I don't really know. If we don't have school tomorrow, I'm kind of screwed for the ski trip because, I forgot to get a rental form, and you have to get that before you go, and it has to be signed by a parent, and you have to get it from, like, the 9th grade office or something. And I haven't gotten it yet, so I'd have to get it tomorrow. But if we don't have school tomorrow, and we don't have school Friday, I guess I can't go. Like, I don't know. Michaela, she keeps telling me how chubby I was as a child. I'm like, I get it. Like, thank you. And, like, then she goes on my Facebook, and she's like, haha, chubby, LOL. I'm like, okay. Or she'll just be like, oh, you're skinny here. I'm like, okay, thanks. I think, like, she's just, I don't know. And her Japanese candy, what is this? She has, like, different Japanese candy every day. I talked to Adriana, and I told her about the whole, like, Mackenzie Marissa fight thing. And Adriana was like, well, I can see where she would, like, not like it when they're so clingy and everything. And I was like, well, yeah, me too. And then she was like, but I don't see why she keeps saying how she has no friends or anything, because she obviously has friends. And I was like, yeah, well, of course, but she just confuses me. Or, like, she'll be like, oh, I have no friends, and I'll just be like, oh, thanks. And she'll be like, well, you, but that doesn't count, cause, and then she'll make up some excuse. I'll be like, oh, okay. On a side note, though, during the social studies thing, somebody, like, it was 6 people who presented it, and the one person presented, was talking about the Panama Canal, and was like, and they used the Panama Canal so they would avoid having to go through Cape Horn. Okay, Cape Horn, if you say that really fast, it's pretty funny. And he was talking fast, so he was just like, oh yeah, so they wanted to build the canal so they wouldn't have to go through Cape Horn. Okay. Good to know. Who thought of that name? But whatever. I have like a world map test on Friday if we have school. And yeah, I'm not like ready for that. Oh, another thing that is pissing me off lately is that Kelsey Dowd, like, well, like, just, I'm fine, like, whatever, she talks to Dan. She's always talked to Dan. But the fact that if Dan says something about me, she, like, doesn't say anything, is just kind of, like, irritating. Like, Dan will be like, oh, yeah, YouTube videos, blah, blah, blah. Alright. And, like, she'll just be like, oh, haha. So, I don't know. It's irritating. I don't really have much more to say. It's been kind of boring. I'm done with this week in school, though. Like, I'm ready to, like, be done for the weekend. I'm ready to leave the school, but I don't want to go to a Catholic school. As much as I do, like, I'm getting used to public school now, and I'm like, I don't really feel like going back to a Catholic school where I have to wear a uniform, and if you don't do your homework, you get a detention. It's just stupid. I don't know. As much as I want to leave, I don't want to leave, but I do because, like, I don't know, but my dad keeps saying, like, he'll be like, so are you making new friends and stuff? I'm like, yeah. And people are like, oh, so you must have so many friends by now. I'll be like, yeah, definitely. If people were, like, open to making new friends, then maybe, but I don't know, I'm just kind of done with this school. I'm done with this week. But that's really it. Like, I'm just done with this week. Tad and Tommy isn't as bad, but Tad is such a creep when it comes to my Facebook. Whatever. So, 4-day weekend? Yes? I hope so, but I kind of hope not. Alright, well, I'm sure you're bored by now, because I'm bored. Because there's not much to talk about this week. Maybe next week will be better. Who knows? Alright, so that's pretty much it. See ya.